Welcome, everyone, to our channel. We've all heard the saying, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and there's definitely truth to that. But are we really clear on what we should and shouldn't be putting into our morning meal? The reality is, it's not just about whether we eat breakfast, but what we eat. Some foods that seem harmless, even advertised as healthy, can actually be silently harming our health, especially for older adults. At this age, choosing the right breakfast becomes more crucial than ever. A wrong breakfast can lead to issues like inflammation, heart disease, or simply leave us feeling tired and sluggish throughout the day. So, how do we avoid those mistakes? In today's video, we'll explore 4 foods that older adults should limit in their breakfast. These are hidden enemies that can cause digestive problems, raise blood sugar, and even lead to chronic diseases. Don't worry, we'll also suggest healthy and nutritious alternatives to help you maintain stable energy levels, protect your heart, and feel great all day long. Join us as we uncover these secrets, because small changes in your morning habits can bring significant benefits to your overall health. Now, let's get started. 1. Sugary cereals and pastries. People often say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and that is absolutely true. But it's not just about eating breakfast. It's about choosing the right foods, which can significantly impact health, especially for older adults. Among the common breakfast choices, sugary cereals and sweet pastries may seem like a convenient and tasty way to start the day, but in reality, they can cause several health issues that many people don't realize. Breakfast cereals, especially those advertised as healthy or high in whole grains, often contain large amounts of refined sugar, artificial flavors, and preservatives. Many products may be labeled whole grain, but if you check the ingredients carefully, you'll see that their sugar content can be higher than that of candy bar. Consuming too much sugar in the morning leads to a rapid increase in blood sugar levels, which forces the body to produce a large amount of insulin to process the excess sugar. This results in a sudden drop in blood sugar levels, causing fatigue, irritability, and hunger cravings later in the morning. For older adults, these blood sugar fluctuations can increase the risk of insulin resistance, a key factor in the development of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. It's not just sugary cereals. Sweet pastries for breakfast pose similar risks. Muffins, donuts, and Danish pastries may taste delicious and comforting in the morning, but they are loaded with sugar, refined flour, and trans fats. These ingredients not only spike blood sugar levels, but also contribute to inflammation in the body, which plays a role in heart disease, arthritis, and many other health problems. For many older adults, chronic inflammation can lead to increased joint pain, reduced mobility, and a higher risk of developing serious long-term health conditions. The story of Mr. Richard, a 68-year-old man, is a prime example of how sugary breakfasts can affect daily life. For years, he started his mornings with a bowl of cereal that was advertised as heart-healthy, yet he constantly felt sluggish, had trouble focusing, and quickly became hungry again. After consulting with his doctor, he switched to a breakfast rich in protein and fiber, such as whole oats topped with nuts and berries. Within just a few weeks, he noticed a significant improvement in his energy levels and no longer needed extra cups of coffee to stay alert throughout the morning. Store-bought pastries, such as cinnamon rolls, butter croissants, and packaged sweet treats, are often high in trans fats and refined flour, which slow down digestion and leave you feeling sluggish after eating. Some people may think that having just a little pastry in the morning won't do much harm, but when paired with sugary coffee or full-fat dairy, the total sugar and fat intake can easily exceed daily recommended limits. If this habit continues over time, it can lead to weight gain, blood sugar imbalances, and an increased risk of heart disease. A healthier alternative to these breakfast choices doesn't mean giving up your favorite foods entirely. The key is to make smarter food choices that provide long-term health benefits. Instead of sugary cereals, opt for whole grain oatmeal and add a handful of nuts, berries, or a small drizzle of raw honey for natural sweetness without extreme blood sugar spikes. If you enjoy pastries, try baking whole wheat muffins using bananas or applesauce as a natural sweetener instead of refined sugar. Small adjustments like these can have a significant impact on overall health, helping to maintain steady energy levels, protect heart health, and keep the body functioning well throughout the day. 2. Processed meat, bacon, sausages, ham. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and ham have long been a staple of American breakfasts. Many older adults have eaten these foods their whole lives without giving much thought to their health effects. However, an increasing number of studies suggest that these processed meats can have serious health consequences, especially for seniors. While they offer great flavor and convenience, regular consumption can increase the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, inflammation, and even cancer. One of the biggest concerns with processed meats is their extremely high sodium content. A small serving of sausage or a few slices of bacon can contain half the recommended daily sodium intake. Too much sodium raises blood pressure, puts stress on the heart, and can lead to stroke or heart failure over time. Older adults are often more sensitive to salt due to decreased kidney function, which can cause fluid retention, swelling, and an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. If you've ever felt unusually thirsty after a breakfast heavy in processed meats, that's your body trying to compensate for the excess sodium. Beyond salt, processed meats also contain preservatives like nitrates and nitrites, which help maintain color and flavor, but have been linked to cancer risks. When nitrate-containing meats are cooked at high temperatures, such as frying bacon or grilling sausage, these compounds can transform into carcinogenic substances. Some studies have found that people who consume large amounts of processed meats have a significantly higher risk of colorectal cancer compared to those who limit or avoid these foods. For seniors, who often have weaker immune systems and may already have other chronic conditions, reducing exposure to harmful substances is especially important. Elaine, 72, is a real-life example of how processed meats can impact health. For years, she started her mornings with a few slices of bacon and eggs, believing it was a high-protein and energizing breakfast. However, she frequently experienced bloating, indigestion, and high blood pressure without knowing why. When her doctor suggested cutting back on processed meats and replacing them with healthier protein sources like eggs with avocado or smoked salmon, she noticed a dramatic improvement. Her bloating decreased, her blood pressure stabilized, and she felt more energetic throughout the day. Some might think that eating processed meats in moderation won't have much of an impact, but the problem is that they're often paired with other high-sodium and high-fat foods. A breakfast of bacon, eggs, and buttered toast may seem balanced, but when you factor in the total sodium from the meat, the saturated fat from the eggs and butter, and the refined carbohydrates from the toast, it becomes a meal that isn't heart-friendly. Additionally, many people add coffee with cream and sugar, further increasing calorie and sugar intake in the morning. If you enjoy a savory breakfast, there are plenty of healthier alternatives. Eggs with greens, Greek yogurt with nuts, or even a plant-based dish like scrambled tofu can provide the necessary protein without the negative effects of processed meats. If you still crave the taste of bacon or sausage, consider low-sodium or turkey-based versions, or try plant-based options that don't contain nitrates or artificial preservatives. Small changes to your breakfast can make a big difference in long-term health. Reducing processed meats or replacing them with healthier protein sources can help protect your heart, lower inflammation, and provide steady energy throughout the day. Older adults may be used to traditional breakfasts with bacon and sausage, but that doesn't mean they can't make adjustments for a healthier lifestyle. By making a few simple swaps in your morning routine, you can significantly improve your overall health and enjoy your golden years with better well-being. 3. Sweetened yogurt and fruit juice. Sugary yogurt and fruit juice have long been considered healthy choices, especially for older adults who are mindful of their health. Many people believe that yogurt provides probiotics that support digestion, while fruit juice delivers essential vitamins and minerals. However, what many don't realize is that these products often contain high amounts of added sugar, which can be harmful if consumed regularly. For seniors in particular, excessive sugar intake can increase the risk of diabetes, weight gain, inflammation, and heart problems. So while they may seem like nutritious options, not all yogurts and fruit juices are truly beneficial for one's health. Sugary yogurt is often marketed as being rich in probiotics that promote gut health and aid digestion. But if you take a closer look at the ingredient label, you might find that a single serving can contain as much as 20 to 30 grams of sugar, nearly the same amount as a can of soda. Many popular yogurt brands add high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, and preservatives to enhance taste and extend shelf life. In contrast, plain unsweetened yogurt contains only a small amount of naturally occurring sugar from milk and still provides beneficial probiotics. If you're looking to cut down on sugar while still getting probiotic benefits, opt for plain yogurt and add fresh fruit or a small drizzle of natural honey for sweetness without causing a spike in blood sugar levels. Similarly, fruit juice has a downside that many people overlook. While it's widely believed to be a great source of vitamins and minerals, most commercial fruit juices are loaded with added sugar, preservatives, and significantly less fiber compared to whole fruit. A glass of store-bought orange juice can contain 25 to 30 grams of sugar, whereas eating a whole orange provides less sugar and more fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar levels. Fiber in whole fruit slows down sugar absorption, preventing sudden blood sugar spikes. When drinking juice, however, the sugar is absorbed much faster, which can lead to blood sugar fluctuations, especially concerning for seniors who are at risk for diabetes or metabolic disorders. Take the real-life example of Linda, a 68-year-old woman who believed that drinking a glass of fruit juice every morning was the best way to start her day. However, she often felt fatigued by mid-morning and noticed that she would get hungry more quickly. When she visited her doctor, she was advised to reduce her juice intake and instead eat whole fruit alongside a protein-rich breakfast. After a month, she noticed that her energy levels were more stable. She no longer experienced mid-morning fatigue, and she even lost a bit of weight by cutting out unnecessary sugar. For older adults who want to maintain their health while still enjoying yogurt and fruit juice, there are better alternatives. Instead of sugary yogurt, opt for plain Greek yogurt and mix in berries like strawberries or blueberries, along with chia seeds for added nutrients. If you enjoy juice, try diluting pure fruit juice with water or blending whole fruits into a smoothie with almond milk or yogurt to retain fiber and protein, which help keep blood sugar levels stable. These small adjustments not only reduce the risk of sugar-related health issues, but also help sustain overall well-being and steady energy levels throughout the day. While sugary yogurt and fruit juice may be staple items in many diets, choosing lower sugar alternatives can provide greater health benefits. Older adults, especially those at risk for diabetes or heart problems, should be mindful of their daily sugar intake. Switching to more natural options, such as plain yogurt with fresh fruit or diluted fruit juice, can significantly improve overall health while still allowing for enjoyable meals and snacks. 4. White bread and processed starches. White bread and processed starches have long been a staple in many people's daily diets. For older adults, these foods are often preferred because they are soft, easy to chew, and digestible. However, few realize that white bread and refined starches can negatively impact health, especially for those at risk of diabetes, heart disease, or difficulty maintaining a stable weight. When consumed excessively, these foods can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels, leading to fatigue, increased hunger, and potentially worsening existing health conditions. White bread is made from refined flour, which means the bran and germ of the wheat grain have been removed during processing. While this gives white bread a softer texture, it also strips away most of the fiber, vitamins, and essential minerals. As a result, white bread mainly consists of simple carbohydrates, which quickly break down into sugar once consumed, causing a sudden rise in blood sugar levels. This is particularly dangerous for older adults who are at risk of type 2 diabetes or metabolic syndrome. In contrast, whole grain bread retains the bran and germ, providing more fiber and nutrients, helping to regulate blood sugar levels and promote longer-lasting fullness. It's not just white bread that has this effect. Other processed starches such as white rice, refined pasta, crackers, pastries, and potato chips have similar impacts. These foods are often manufactured for extended shelf life, with an appealing texture and easy digestibility, but they contain very little fiber and natural nutrients. When consumed, refined starches are absorbed quickly, causing blood sugar levels to spike and then drop rapidly, leading to frequent hunger and an increased tendency to overeat. This is one of the reasons why many older adults struggle with weight control or maintaining consistent energy levels throughout the day. Take the case of Richard, a 72-year-old man who always started his morning with 2 slices of white bread with butter and a cup of coffee. He often felt hungry within 2 hours and needed a snack on a cookie or a small sandwich before lunch. After receiving advice from his doctor, he tried replacing white bread with whole grain bread, adding some almond butter and banana slices for a more filling meal. Within just a few weeks, he noticed his energy levels became more stable. He experienced fewer sudden hunger pangs, and even his weight was easier to manage. For older adults looking to maintain their health while still enjoying starches, there are many better alternatives to white bread and processed starches. Whole grain bread, whole oats, brown rice, sweet potatoes, and legumes are rich in fiber, which slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar levels, and provides sustained energy. If you enjoy pasta, consider switching to whole wheat or lentil-based pasta to increase fiber and protein intake. Additionally, incorporating vegetables into meals helps slow sugar absorption, reducing the risk of rapid blood sugar spikes. Although white bread and processed starches are convenient and familiar, switching to healthier alternatives can offer significant health benefits. Older adults should pay attention to the types of starches they consume to ensure they receive adequate nutrition without negatively impacting blood sugar levels or weight. Small dietary changes, such as choosing whole grain bread instead of white bread or replacing white rice with brown rice, can greatly improve overall health and quality of life in the long run. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen. I hope this information has been helpful in making more informed choices about your diet and overall health. Small changes in what we eat can make a big difference, especially as we age. If you found this content useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you valuable insights on health, nutrition, and overall well-being. Stay healthy, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.